All right, so today I want to talk to you about my three strikes and you're out rule when it comes to follow up. It's interesting. First of all, I know you've heard this, but I'm going to say it. The fortune's in the follow up. It's true. Most of your money is going to be made as a result of your follow through. That means getting back to a person after they've reviewed information about your opportunity. And so you need to get back to them. Man, I don't care how great your company is, how wonderful it is. It could be the greatest thing since sliced bread, but you still got to go get the business. So let me give you quickly my three strikes and you're out rule. And if you follow this, you will never, ever have a question about when do I follow up? How many times do I follow up? Am I not following up enough? Am I bugging them? I don't know what I'm doing. You follow these rules and you'll never have a problem again. The first thing is, when do you follow up? How soon do you follow up? You follow up as soon as possible. Well, how soon as possible? It depends. Ideally, the perfect time to get back to a person is the second that they've gotten done reviewing whatever it is that you sent them. So let's say you texted them a 15-minute video and they said they could watch it at 10 a.m. Well, at 10:16 a.m., that's the best time to do it because it's fresh in their minds. They've got it. They just watched it. They're at an emotional high. They didn't have to go change a diaper afterwards, or they got into a fight with their spouse or had to go to work or some other distraction. It's fresh in their mind. If you have this thought, well, I should wait. Let me let them sit on it for 24 hours. Let me let them sit on it for, 2 days. Now, that's the wrong thinking. Ideally, you want to get back to them the moment that they've gotten done looking at the information. Now, here's the three strikes rule. Okay. So let's say today is Monday. I'm having a conversation with John. John says, hey, I can look at the video tomorrow morning, Tuesday at 10 a.m. And I'm scheduling a time at 10:15 to get back to John. So, I'm not going to go into how I schedule it, but I've got the follow-up scheduled at 10:15 with John. Now at 10:15 in the morning, not at 10 o'clock and not at 10:30, at 10:15 in the morning, his phone's going to ring. Okay. He's expecting me to call. And so at 10:15, only one of two things happens. One, he answers and we're going to have a conversation. We're not going to cover that in this particular video. At 10:15, ring, ring, the voicemail, no answer. Okay. He promised me he would be there and he wasn't there. Okay. I promise you, I'll go into more detail on another video on follow through, but just understanding this three strikes is super critical for you. So in my calendar, okay, I have it. I use short coding and I'll give you my short coding. So in my calendar tomorrow morning, Tuesday morning at 10 a.m., it says John FU1. And no, it doesn't stand for what you think it stands for. It's follow up one. So this is strike one on the three strikes rule. So if he answers, cool, we're going to have a conversation. I just know that the FU1 in my calendar tells me that this is my first follow up after John has reviewed or watched this in whatever information I sent him. Okay. He doesn't answer. I just leave a simple message. John, Todd Falcone here. Look, we had a scheduled time to chat. Hope you're good. Here's my number. Hope you're having a great day. Bang, stay positive. What I do now is I drop him 48 hours into my calendar. So that's Tuesday. That would be Wednesday, Thursday. And in my calendar, it's going to, on Thursday, it doesn't matter what time it is because this is my second follow-up and it's not a scheduled time to get back. It says John FU2 and follow-up 2. Okay. And so now I know that when I see this, I know that now if John called me in between, we would have had that conversation. That's fine. But I'm giving him ample time to get back to me. So now on Thursday, whatever time I put it in my calendar, it says John FU2. I call. He answers. We have a chat. If he doesn't answer, we don't chat. I leave a second message. John, Todd Falcone left a message for you on Tuesday. We chatted on Monday. Sent you that video. Hope you're good. Listen, brother, give me a buzz whenever you're free. Here's my number, and we'll chat soon. Okay. Stay positive. Okay. Now I give John a little bit more space, and I give him 4 days. So that was Thursday. Now it goes to Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So this is 7 days to do this three strikes rule. So now the next Monday, which is the time that we originally had the conversation, it says John FU3. Okay, I've given him plenty of time to call me back. Now I'm going to call him whatever time I decide to call him. FU3 is in my calendar. If he answers, we have the conversation. If he doesn't answer, third and final message. John, Todd Falcone, what's up, man? Hey, listen, I left you a couple messages this week. We talked last Monday. The fact that I haven't heard from you, I mean, first of all, I hope you're okay, because you don't strike me as a guy that would not return my call, which is totally fine. Just let me know you're okay. Just based on the fact that I haven't heard back from you, I'm assuming what you took a look at is probably of no interest to you, and that's totally cool by me. I'm not emotionally attached to it, but either way, here's my number. Give me a jingle when you're free. Hope you're doing great. Bye. Okay. Now you're done. You're done with the person. 3 strikes and I'm done. I mean, you've left 3 messages, you've given them ample time. Now, I will tell you this lastly. I will never even prospect somebody that I don't want, nor will I follow up with somebody that I don't want. So there was something about John that I liked. So now what am I going to do? Am I going to just dump him forever and just that's it? No. I'm going to now take John and I'm going to put him somewhere in my calendar, somewhere in the range of 30 to 60 days out. It could be 35 days out, 45, 50, 60, doesn't matter. And so now, let's say a month and a half goes by and I haven't even, I've forgotten about John. No emotional attachment. I went back to prospecting. Now in my calendar, it says John FU4. I know that FU4 is I left three messages in my 3 strikes and you're out rule. I've given him ample time, given him plenty of space. Now I'm going to call him let's say it's 35 days later, ring, ring. And this is what happens most of the time. John answers. Hi, this is John. I'm like, hey, John, Todd Falcone. He's like, oh, Todd, I'm so sorry. I'm like, what? He's like, I totally flaked. I had all this crazy stuff going on in my life. Could you forgive me? I'm like, yeah, dude, it's all good. I'm like, I just wanted to check in, see how you're doing, touch base, and see if you wanted to, continue our conversation we had a month or so ago. He's like, oh, yes, yes. And now that happens more times than you can possibly imagine, which is exactly why you don't want to get emotional. I'm kind of angry when somebody promises me they're going to be there and then they're not there, but I'm not going to show it through my emotions, because imagine if I was like, John, you flake. I can't believe you're lame, blah, 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 blah. In the first, second, or third message, he calls me back and he says, hey, dude, the reason I didn't call you back is my wife was in a car accident and she's in the hospital in ICU. And you're going to feel like a dog. You're going to feel terrible. So tether your emotions, use the 3 strikes and you're out rule. This is a very simple, most people don't have rules. I've been following these exact rules for almost 20 years and I don't break them. Now you got something to chew on, something to work with, and you'll never have a question about follow through again.